And I think it's pretty clear that's not what's going to happen. In fact, it's impossible because the gerrymandering in Texas and now California has already made that unlikely. I mean, they've already gerrymandered seats and things like that. So the midterms is going to be different. The midterms is absolutely going to be different. In the comments, someone said, "Did you figure out how to take callers on Substack?" I don't know if anybody tried to get through on Substack, but we certainly are currently live on Substack. Hanson Conservative says, if the Democrats keep coming from the same playbook, that cost him the election last time, and don't learn anything different, then they will lose again. I agree and disagree. I do agree that the Democrats need to leave social issues on the back seat, particularly the transgender stuff. That stuff is incredibly unpopular, and defending immigrants right now is probably not popular either. I mean, when you start defending the LGBTQ community and the immigrant population, you bring out the worst in people. So I would suggest putting that stuff on the back seat. However, the Democrats do have one thing going for them. The record Trump is running on, because that's what is sparking the midterms, whether you like or dislike President Trump. President Trump running for president in 2024 had his record of being president in his first term to run on. Other than the pandemic, his handling of the pandemic, which I personally believe was dismal, other than his handling of the pandemic, he actually did a decent job as president. The economy was decent. There was no major wars. People bring that up. I mean, the first Trump administration, he was not a bad president. Yeah, he was divisive then as well. You can suggest he ran off of Obama's economy if you want. I'm not arguing with that, but he managed it. His first term was not bad. Now the midterms coming up. There's a lot of shit he got to run off, or better yet, the Republican Party has to run on and defend that they supported from President Trump that is far more controversial than anything from his first term. Starting with ICE and immigration officials going in homes without a warrant and all the stuff they're doing. There's a lot. I mean, listen, they've done polls, and the polls suggest that even a lot of Republicans believe that the approach that ICE has taken in particularly Minneapolis was too heavy-handed, that they've went too far in some of this stuff. So that wasn't around in his first term. So we got stuff like that. The economy is not as strong as it was in his first term. You got stuff like that. So his record of what he's running on is weaker than it is in his first term. So the Democrats do have that going for them. They do have that going for them. So we'll have to see what happens in 8 months or so. But also, like I said in the beginning of the monologue, is that the Trump administration is altering the way we vote so significantly, it's hard to predict an election anymore. I mean, in addition to having approved U.S. citizenship, and since I talked to you folks about that last time, turns out even if you got a driver's license that has what is the new sticker you have to get on there for it to be able to fly? I forgot what they call it, Real ID. Apparently, even every state that has those that doesn't mean you're a U.S. citizen in every state. Some states you have to show up with your birth certificate and everything like that. But from what I'm hearing, even having a real ID is not a proof of citizenship in some states. So having to prove listen, I'm 100% for having an ID. Let's get that out in the open. I don't believe there's any reason for a full-grown adult to not have a damn ID. If you want to require an ID to vote, I'm 100% behind that. I don't have any problem with that. Requiring citizenship is a lot more challenging, such as they brought up that if a woman gets married and now she's using her husband's name, when she proves that she's a citizen, she got to go and show documents, not only of her being born, but then she got to also present documents with the name change and all of that. I mean, there's a lot of paperwork involved in this. And from what I hear, this Save America Act, which is what Trump is trying to use, it requires original birth certificates. Now, that's a challenge even for me, because I don't have my original birth certificate. It's been lost and destroyed a long time ago. I wrote to the birth and death certificates department in Illinois, and I was able to get a copy of my birth certificate, but it's not the loan form that gives all of the mom's signature. All that shit ain't on there. It's just the state of Illinois. It's stamped with the seal of Illinois, and it gives my date of birth and stuff. Apparently, the Trump administration is not accepting that. They want the original document. A lot of Americans are not going to have that. I'm 50-something years old. You think the original document, a lot of Americans are not going to have that. So we'll have to see what comes out of that. Because I see a lot of folks in the comments are saying, that's not true and all that. We'll find out if they are able to pass this. And apparently there are Republicans in the Senate that are not on board with passing this. And you need 60 votes to pass it. So President Trump is suggesting they get rid of the filibuster so that they can pass it with Republican-only votes. So it's not even totally popular with the Republican Party to require citizenship. My humble opinion is probably, this is my opinion, I'm sure a lot of you guys think that I'm wrong about this, but my opinion is it's not popular because it's not based on anything that's really been a proven problem. The Trump administration believes that there's been, I guess, millions of folks that are not citizens of this nation voting. They have not presented any solid evidence that this is some kind of really big problem. You can find you can find somebody here or there that's done anything wrong. But the suggestion that we have this big problem with illegal immigrants voting, so we need to make sure. DJ Julio, appreciate that underwater coral. Thank you. We need to, it's so bad with illegal immigrants voting that we need to pass a law to make sure everybody proves they're a citizen. I don't believe that's based on any actual proof from the Trump administration. I believe it is President Trump saying different things has happened, and then he is simply dictating policy to deal with what he said was happening. That's the way I see it. So we'll talk about that, but I'm asking the question of what does make America great again mean to you? Also, giving President Trump credit. Job numbers came out today. 130,000 newly created jobs. 4.3% unemployment. That's not great, but it's certainly much better than the analysts expected. 4.3% unemployment rate. I believe under President Trump, the first Trump, it was down to 3.7. So it was much better under his first term. And I believe Biden had got it down to 3.5%. 4.3 is where we're at now. So we'll talk about that. Anyway, looking at the comments, bro, Trump is a con. What the fuck are you spinning? Well, we're asking, what does make America great again mean? So you're saying that Trump is a con. We'll certainly elaborate on that. There are thousands upon thousands of people with driver's licenses that should not have them. You need a birth certificate to get a driver's license in America. Your notion that they should not have a driver's license at all is an opinion. I'll tell you this, when I migrated overseas to Australia, I had a valid Illinois driver's license. That's all I needed. When I went over there, because I rented a car, and now keep in mind, you're driving on the other side of the street and sitting on the other side of the vehicle. So the steering wheel is where the passenger seat is. They didn't give me a driver's test or any damn thing. The fact that I had an American driver's license was all I needed. And they didn't verify that license was accurate. I went to Hertz, rented a car, and off and away I went. I was totally 100% legal. And when I ended up migrating there, I went to their version of the DMV. I forgot what it was called, but I went to their DMV, and they pretty much gave me a license. Once I was able to show I had an American license, I didn't take a driver's test or anything. They gave me a license. So I think the process we're trying to do is going to be stricter than what I dealt with over there. Anyway, going to the comment section. By the way, you guys know how the program is ran. We don't block, ban, or censor anyone. We're asking, what does make America great again? Hence the graphic. But we are MAGA friendly. We don't block, ban, or censor anyone. You know how the program is ran. Liberals are welcome as well. With uncensored programming, our comments go left of Mamdani to I'm having dinner with Q. You can be critical of anyone on the program, including yours truly. You know how it's ran. So looking in the comments, We'll go straight to the box. Whether my country, right or wrong, is a thing that no patriot would think of saying except in a desperate case. It is like saying my mother, drunk or sober, GK. Yeah, I get what you're trying to say. You're saying that it's not patriotic to defend your country even when they're wrong. I agree with you. Not everybody does, but I do agree with you that if you feel that your country is doing, starting an unnecessary war or committing acts of inhumanity or war crimes, I agree with you. I don't believe that a patriot should be required to defend their country when their country is doing bad shit. But as I just stated, a lot of people disagree with that. Let me go straight to the box, better yet. And CBOG Kush, good evening to you. We'll start out with the one and only DJ Julio. Good to see you back on here, Julio. Welcome to the program. What am I getting wrong now? And I want to ask you, what does "Make America Great Again" mean to you?
Bringing our country back to the fuck around and find out country. Where our money was worth something, where our word was worth something, where our military was worth something.
You think there was a time when America's word ever? I mean, when Trump got elected the first time, and this goes way before Trump, but I'm gonna use him as an example. When he got elected, the first thing he did was got us out of the Iran deal that Barack Obama had made. Now, many folks believe it was a dumb deal, and they support Trump doing that. But the fact is, we had gave our word to the Iranians that if they did what we wanted, we would free up some of the money we received. All of our allies felt that they were living up to their end of the deal. Not to mention Trump with NAFTA, the Paris Accord, and all this. I mean, does our word really mean something?
I think it'll get there. I mean, listen, the administration hasn't done it perfectly. I still stand behind my president. I don't care what color he wears. He was someone I believed in from the beginning, and I continue to do so.
Okay. So "Make America Great Again," in addition to our word, you said our money means something. Now, our money is still fairly dominant on the planet, is it not?
Not from what I've read. I mean, I guess I can't even say read. Things I've listened to. It doesn't sound like our money is really worth much in the countries that it used to be, where our dollar would be worth 10 times their dollar. It's like eight times their dollar. It's lost its value.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact numbers. So don't quote me on it.
But. Yeah, our money is the gold standard, but I when I lived overseas, I used to have to deal with that, with the exchange rate constantly happening. But that fluctuates. I mean, that's going to happen no matter what. That comes and goes all the time. I don't know if you're going to get our money up to a certain level and keep it there indefinitely. I mean, it's going to probably fluctuate as time goes on again.
Yeah, no, I don't doubt that at all. But what looks good is the Dow, the market's hitting records. This last week, our stock market as a United States is seemingly doing better. So I feel like it's on its way to, again, being, like our money should be the gold standard.
You think we can maintain that, though, with the relationship failures we're having with so many of our allies? I mean, you would agree that under Trump, our relationship with our allies is not improving. It's getting worse.
Yeah, and sometimes you got to go through that, Tim. If me and you are disagreeing about stuff and it's not getting right, there's going to be a moment in our friendship where you might be a little mad at me, or I might be a little mad at you, and now we got to expand that to the grand scale of the world. Sure, we're going to piss some people off, but I don't think there's one thing wrong with putting America first as far as getting our borders secure, cleaning up our streets, removing people that have gotten here illegally. Going after this Epstein shit, which is absolutely hilarious. I see everybody talking shit about.
Well, first of all, let me just say this. A couple of things I want to say. When you talk about when your friends, things might, have issues. I mean, DJ Julio, we're literally talking about taking over people's countries like Greenland. You see that in the same light? We're talking about telling them we want to take over your country.
if you're my ally and you're not doing it right, or I'm afraid that someone else is going to come in that's an enemy of ours. I understand what he's saying. I understand what he's doing.
Do you favor that?
Taking it so personal.
Do you favor us taking over Greenland?
I favor us keeping our continent safe. Yes, whatever that looks like. Whatever that looks like, Tim. If it was me sticking up for you, I would do everything that I could to make sure that our country was safe, that our borders.
Yeah, but safe. How is that? How? So what? We just don't care about Greenland because that's not safe to them. If you're going to take over their country by force, they no longer have any control over their own homeland. So it's not safe to them. They just have to trust that Americans won't kill them all.
Right, and we've got to trust that they won't sell us off to the China, to the Russia, to whoever might get their hands through Denmark.
You got to trust every nation on.
You got to trust them.
You got to trust every nation on earth for that. I mean, every nation on earth can sell you out to China and all of that.
Yeah, no, but they're just so close, and I think that's what the fear is amongst a lot of the Republicans and a lot of the people that are shooting for this. Is the fear is we got Venezuela taken care of, so that takes care of our southern hemisphere. Now we got to protect the northern hemisphere.
So is Canada next? Because Canada's pretty damn close too.
Yeah, but we're right there. So if we got access to Greenland, Canada is a non-issue.
We already had access to Greenland before Trump came along.
Right, but not the access that we wanted to do what we needed to do up there, building our military tougher up there, putting some air defenses up there, satellites.
So if Canada,
I haven't read the whole thing, but there's I've been explained to.
So if Canada,
Democrat.
Wait a minute. So if we have a failed relationship with Canada and they don't give us access, is that the next solution? Is to take over Canada too?
It might be.
And
it might be.
So because I asked you about our relationship with our friends getting worse, and you know, your friends, things happen. I mean, you're talking about potentially. This is literally America first. I agree with you. It's America putting its beliefs over everyone, including its allies. We're going to do what's best for us, even if it means conquering you.
Yeah, I mean, stand with us or stand against us. That's the moral, right?
Not letting you own. Not letting you own my country is not standing against you, is it? Listen, I guess we could hypothesize as much as we want to on what the actual plan is. I've not read into the Greenland thing. I've kind of just left that alone. I've been watching everything else and watching Trump play chess with the whole government, and I'm excited to see. How did he play chess? He didn't get anything out of it. He told us there was some kind of great deal between Greenland and us. He hasn't told us any of the parameters or explained anything about it. So how do you know he was playing chess? I don't hear any checkmate. How did
He's still playing chess. He's still playing chess. And just because it's been 2 months and we haven't heard anything doesn't mean in the 4th month we're not gonna hear something.
Yeah, and in the 4th month, if we don't hear anything, that don't mean we're not gonna hear anything in the 6th month. I mean, fact is, he said we made a great deal. It's kind of like with the Venezuelan drug boats. All of a sudden, you haven't heard anything about fentanyl. Did we literally solve the entire fentanyl crisis by bombing a dozen boats?
It sounds like that we've done enough to stop people. We haven't had anybody cross the border illegally.
How do you know?
That they have caught. That they have caught.
They just shut down the airspace over El Paso because they believed the cartel had drones crossing the border.
Yeah, absolutely. They did.
So people are still crossing. Things are still crossing.
Well, not like it used to be. Not millions of people a month. I mean, come on. We can nitpick and we can do all that shit and we can demonize Trump all we want to. And I can look at all the AI created papers that are getting pushed through the internet, and I can read all this shit and I can get mad if I want to. I can do all those things, but I just seem to remember Trump not wanting to get the files out, forcing the hand of the Democrats to ask for it, and then quickly giving it to them.
Why would he not want to get the files out? I'm curious. Now that we know some of the heinous shit that's in there,
he wanted the Democrats to force his hand and make him bring them out.
Why would it's considering how many young girls were violated? Why would he play politics with that? And wait, you want the Democrats to force your hand? Why not do what's right by all these young victims? He put politics, according to you, he put politics over those victims' justice.
Let me answer, and I'll answer you.
Sure.
Yeah. So sometimes you in playing chess, sometimes you gotta make a bold move. And the bold move was Republicans have always been down. Republicans have always been ready to do this.
You believe that?
Did you not watch the Pam Bondi thing today?
Yeah, it was nothing but an argument.
Okay, it was kind of. They wouldn't let her talk at all, and that's what they do on the left. They don't ever let a Republican witness talk. They won't. They don't. It's just how you fucking guys work. And when I say you guys, I'm not talking to you, Tim. I'm talking to all the fucking loudmouths in the chat. They're always fucking loud. But when you watch that, there was a spot in there where a guy put up a chart, and it showed how many visits to the White House under Trump versus Biden versus all Democrats. How much money's been donated to the Republican Party versus all the Democrats. And the first two were zeros. So if you didn't see it, go back to the video. It's like 10 minutes.
No, I get what you're saying, but what's the point, though? Because I'm trying to figure out.
Okay, back to the point. I'm sorry, you're right. Back to the point. Back to the point is if Republicans already knew they didn't have much to worry about. There was only a few of them that were going to fucking hang for this, which they should, 100%.
Will they? Will they?
Yeah, I think they will. I honestly, with my whole heart, I believe it. Just like I told you, have hope when Trump was running in 23 and 24.
Let me ask you, will they hang under the Trump? Will they hang under the Trump administration, or will it take for a liberal to get in there and punish them?
No, because if that was the point, they would have done that when Biden was in office. That's what you guys are failing to see. You guys have had 4 years to do this.
No, you do realize Biden and Obama are different types of liberals. You claim Biden was for open borders. You're admitting that Trump, or better yet, Obama was closing them. So you may get a liberal in there that may not be Biden. He may be a liberal like Obama.
Right, but what I'm saying is the Democrats had 4 years to pressure Biden for these files. Okay, when Jeffrey Epstein got busted finally in, what was it, 2018?
No, it was I think
2016,
like 08 or something. It was a while back.
No, that was the first time when he got in trouble down in Palm Springs, and then he ended up getting prostitution and not trafficking, and then the New York AG, I believe in 16, opened the files back up, and then that's when Jeffrey Epstein went to prison. Trial got over. There we go. Thank you. Trial got over in 2018. Right? Mm-hmm. Under Trump, it got over, under Trump got over in 18. Trump runs again, loses somehow. And then
somehow the people voted his ass out. That's how he lost. Somehow.
And then between 2018 and 2023, Democrats as a whole, not just Biden, not just whoever, Democrats as a whole had the opportunity to bring these files to justice and bring these people to justice.
Okay, I disagree with you. I disagree with the Democrats as a whole. Hold on, hang on. I disagree with your statement, Democrats as a whole, because Republicans as a whole ain't doing shit right now. Trump is the one governing this country. There are plenty of Republicans that don't like what Trump is doing and they're sitting back. There were plenty of Democrats that didn't think Biden should do another term, but they're sitting back. It ain't Democrats as a whole. It's either what Trump did or what Biden did. Continue.
Where was I at? Anyway, we'd be 4 years ahead of this had you guys stood like you're standing right now. The only reason this is headline news today is because Trump ran on it. Democrats dared him. Trump released him.
He didn't release him. What are you talking about? This has been a slow drip of release. They were supposed to release all of this shit by the end of December. The Trump administration, even Marjorie Taylor Greene is admitting this guy, Trump is preventing this stuff from coming out. You can say he's playing chess, but he ain't releasing the files like he was supposed to.
3 million documents have been released. They want 6 million, and they expected them in less than 2 months.
I think
in 2 months you expect people to go through, redact all the victims' names. You expect them to do that run through 6 million copies of paper, 6 million, however long documents. I don't know how long the documents are, but there's 6 million of them.
Well, first of all, if they wanted to release, they're redacting way more than just the victim's name. They're redacting pedophiles' names too. It ain't just the victims.
No, listen, it's not happening perfect. And for that, I'm not happy with. I'm not happy with my party.
It's not happening perfect.
I'm not happy with the whole party. I'm not happy with the way this shit's going on.
Okay.
I'm not at all happy about it. I'm just telling you what my beliefs are in the way that it's coming out. Laugh all you want. You people in the chat, talk the shit you're gonna talk, because you always fucking do. I don't care.
Listen, Julio, I'm willing to give Trump credit on things like the border and stuff like that. The handling of the Epstein list is terrible, man. I mean, and the idea that he's releasing it and it's just everybody else that's redacted. No, you got people in his party like Marjorie Taylor Greene that made it clear this one dude is the reason this stuff ain't coming out. So Trump is responsible for why we don't have all of the files, why they've been coming out so slow, why they're over redacted. That's because of Trump. If Trump said release all that shit tomorrow, I mean, how hard would it be to feed that stuff into a computer and type in the names you want blacked over so that the victim's name is not there, and it comes out without that? What they're doing is they're going over the files and making sure certain details don't tie you into elite members of society. They don't want to be punished. That has to be done by a human. That's what's taking it so long.
I guess I don't know how redactions work. Is that what you do? You just type in a name and it automatically redacts it?
If you put that shit into a computer and say, find every page that's named Kim Jennings, because let's say she's a victim, somebody named Kim, I'm just fictional making it up. Say Kim Jennings is a victim and you don't want that person's all you got to do is feed that shit into the computer and say every spot where Kim Jennings is written, black that out. It would be that simple. But when you want to make sure Elon Musk information, let's see, okay, this just shows that he was doing his job. Okay, over here it shows he was at the island and he wrote we need to redact that. You got to go look that up and use a human to do it that way. It's like the Charlie Kirk taking them into context thing. When you're defending the actual pedos, you got to go read what's about those dudes and see if it's in any context that may hurt them. And then that's what they trying to redact is that shit too. That requires a human. That's why it's so slow getting this stuff out.
So maybe what they need to do is they just need to pull the redaction and freaking leave all of the names out there for the public. What's wrong with that?
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Victims and everybody gets to get named.
Well,
wouldn't that be true transparency? Wouldn't that be true accountability? You can protect those victims through our witness protection program.
Well, what they simply could have is allow all of Congress and all of the Senate to be able to review the files privately. That's enough, because listen, if you got actual video footage of something,
this shouldn't even be in Congress. This should not even be in Congress. In my mind, this shouldn't even be in Congress. The Department of Justice should handle it, prosecute it, be done with it.
Well, without Congress, you wouldn't be getting what you got now. It took an act of Congress to demand they release the files to begin with. They were not going to release this shit at all.
I disagree a little bit.
And
that's fine. But what needs to happen is we need to quit being little bitches in the comments. Quit freaking, like, it's not just me that you guys attack, and I'm mad when you attack other motherfuckers. It's stupid. You don't see any of us out here calling you motherfuckers names.
Are you kidding me?
Let's handle this shit.
Are you fucking kidding? Only other place I go is MAGA labs. I don't go to liberal spots. I get called every goddamn thing. Are you kidding?
I guess I could be wrong. On your live, because you're the only one I talk to, because for two reasons, Tim. I like how you communicate.
Thank you.
And you're not afraid to call both sides out.
True.
You're pretty You're pretty fair across the board. I respect that about you. That's the only fucking reason I've maintained you as one of my. Why am I not following you?
I don't know.
I had to get a new Facebook.
Well,
I had to get a new Facebook.
Yeah, correct that. Well, listen, because I tend to call out both sides, the liberals call me all kinds of fucking names too. So I do get it from both sides. It ain't just MAGA.
And it's horrible because it's anti-productive. What the fuck? You think I give a shit what you call me? I don't. Call me all those things.
Well, Julio, that's why I asked
my name.
That's it's like a destiny child. So, but that's why I asked, what does make America great again? Because when you're talking about name calls and stuff like that, that's what we voted for. That's one of the reasons we like Trump as a country. You know, a lot of voters that like Trump, we like the name calling. Like when he posted the picture of the Obamas as apes. Hey, that was funny. We like that. You're calling a former president an ape. Ha ha ha. So we like that stuff.
He didn't do that.
You're not going to get that by me. If you pay for somebody to post shit on your page and it's coming from you,
you're accountable.
Yes.
You're accountable.
Yeah. So
yeah, you got to be accountable.
Yeah. Not to mention, who the hell is this staffer?
I didn't like that, by the way.
Who is this staffer? What happened to him? Nothing. So why even bring him up?
His name was John Kerry, and he is no longer in the office.
If you believe that. To me, they're doing him. That staffer is just like what was the guy named Bongino? Bovino, the one that was in Minneapolis. Bovino in Minneapolis. They made step down and put Tom Homan. Bovino ain't done shit that you didn't want him to do. It's just what you told him to do has become unpopular. So you got to look like you were addressing it. So you're gonna kick him out and put Tom Homan in there. But Bovino was doing everything you told him to do.
We don't want it violent, and I don't believe anybody ever told him violent. I'm sure they said to stand
up and
protect yourself.
What?
I'm sure they told him to. No.
They don't want it violent.
I'm saying when I'm talking I'm talking President Trump and his entire cabinet. I don't think we want violence. If we wanted violence, Tim, honestly, put this in your logic and get your feelings out of for a minute.
Okay.
Just for a minute, put it in your logic.
Sure.
If the Republican Party was the party about violence, y'all would have burnt down after you took the shot in the ear.
What?
If we were the party of violence, y'all would have got burnt down the second you shot him in the ear.
No, there's levels to violence. You would admit, right? If your woman is talking shit, if your woman is talking shit, you can smack her, or you can go to the bed and get a pew pew. I mean, it's levels to it. So he's not burning shit down, but he is promoting violence.
No, but I'm not even talking about the president. I'm talking about us as people. As people. You don't when he got shot the second time, and when you took out Charlie Kirk, none of us burnt a single thing. Oh, you know what we did? We stood in prayer.
You know why? Because the people that
give a shit.
No, that's not. I don't believe that's true. If my black ass had took out Charlie Kirk or took a pop at President Trump, I'm not confident the response would have been as calm. Tyler Robinson, the guy who allegedly tried to take Charlie Kirk out, you can only make so much liberal out of him. The guy got a hell of a lot of conservative shit orbiting around him as well. These are not hardcore liberals. You guys are just painting them as that. The same thing with the guy that tried to pop him in Pennsylvania. It ain't like that guy's a blue-haired liberal floating around. You guys are just saying that. If it was a true blue Al Sharpton liberal or something like that, y'all wouldn't have been fucking calm. Y'all wouldn't have been calm like that.
Now let's just, now that you said that, if Jesse Jackson and all those guys were still around doing their thing, guess what? They'd be on Trump's side. Thank you,
gangster. Yeah, I listen.
They'd be on Trump's side 100% because of the things he did for the HSBCUs back in the day, the things that he did for the black community. Pull it up on that where it says "Make America Great Again" and ask the damn question. List the things that Donald Trump has done for Black America.
You think Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton would be MAGA?
Yes. 100%.
Hanging around, what are they gonna be having dinner with Charlie Kirk and Nick Fuentes, huh?
Maybe.
Julio, I gotta go. I disagree with you.
Really deny that? Can you really?
Yes.
As big as your platform is, you can really say that Trump didn't do shit for him.
No. Look, we can talk about the HBCUs. I bring this up all the time, though. 99.9% of African Americans that have no contact with any HBCU. I got 3 college degrees. I ain't never been to an HBCU. I know lots of college grads. None of them been to an HBCU. So doing for HBCUs, that would be like if I'm an African American president and I allocate some money to Ivy League colleges, William and Mary, Yale, and Harvard. That ain't doing shit for the average white guy. You ain't been to none of that shit. That stuff is irrelevant to you. So bringing up HBCUs, that don't have a huge.
It's not irrelevant to me. I've got friends and family that are your same melatonin level. I care that they get the proper educations. I care that the HBCUs exist so those who can't afford regular college can get there.
I'm just saying the average African American does not see that as a huge benefit that you donated money to some colleges down in the South that we have no concern about. I mean, that's not that big. Julio, I got to move it on for time.
Yeah, no worries.
Always appreciate you coming through, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. You bet.
Anytime. And thank you for the support, DJ Julio. DJ Julio is a friend of the program. Good to have you back on. Tap the screen, folks. A lot of lazy hands in here. We should have been around 20,000. Tap the screen, get us up to 10,000. We'll take the next caller there. DenCal, regular college. Was DenCal holding on? I did see that. We'll go over to DenCal on Instagram. By the way, tap the screen. Thank you, Blue One Banks with the Galaxy. Real quick in the comments, also, 117 Harper. Apologize for missing your message earlier. You said, let me call in, please. If you have Substack, Instagram, or TikTok, that's where the callers are coming from. All of the live callers you're hearing are coming from one of those 3 apps. So if you got Instagram, Substack, or TikTok, the Handsome Liberal is the name across all platforms. Don't comment on the handsome part. I get it. I know some of you folks are like ugly motherfucker. Anyway, tap the screen. If you happen to be watching on YouTube, do your boy a solid. Smash that like button. Helps out the algorithm. Helps out the show. James Harper says that was beyond painful. Oh my God. Let me see if I can bring up the one and only DenCal on Instagram. Don't know why for some reason when I try to bring up DenCal, I have issues. DenCal is going to drown in his own, what is it? DenCal is going to drown in his own drool for 20. What does that mean, straight talk? DenCal, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Yes, good to have you on Instagram. So you heard my last caller. Anything you disagree with?
Just about everything.
What does Make America Great mean to you?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean very much to me at all. I don't even understand what they've used it as a propaganda label, but
what do you mean by propaganda? I mean, making America great again, is that not something you would want to have happen? Wouldn't you want the country to be great?
Well, I think America is great for the things that it represents. But I think we don't live up to the things that we say it means.
Elaborate. What do you mean? We don't live up to what are we? And are we not living? Is that something that is relative to President Trump, or is that something in regards to how the country has always been?
I think like things like when they say equality for all. Everybody has equal justice for all. All men are created equal. All of those things, they don't coincide with what we're doing right now.
You're saying right now, I get before the Civil Rights Act, I get Jim Crow and slavery and all that, but you're saying right now in 2026, all people are not treated as equals in America right now?
Right. I mean, we see in the files right now that people are being protected who have been committing crimes.
So what you're saying is the elite, wealthier members of our society, the powerful folks, are being treated as, I guess, greater than?
Yes, exactly. We have people like Julio up there talking about he played chess and he released the files. Well, we know that he hasn't even released half of the information.
Yeah, but let's be in defense of President Trump, in defense of the nation. I'm going to suggest that there's no country on earth that treats everybody as equal. The wealthy, the powerful, the elite are treated better than the average population. Probably every single country on earth. And thank you, you're a gangster grandma. Appreciate that. Thank you.
I agree with you that like of course everybody is not going to be treated equal.
Okay.
But it's about the ideal of the country attempting to make things equal.
And you don't believe America attempts to treat everybody equally? I mean, as African Americans, you and I, we certainly have it better than our parents, better than our grandparents. They have it better than their I mean, you don't think America's been attempting to improve things?
I believe that we have made a lot of progress, obviously, and the progress we've made has been because of who? The Democratic Party.
Well, they're going to bring up that the Democrats were the party of the KKK. They're going to bring up Biden in the crime bill, didn't Cal?
Yeah, and nobody, over an 8th grade education believes that bullshit and doesn't understand that there was a party switch around the time of the equal rights bills and the Dixiecrats, and they just don't understand the history of this country, and they want to believe some bullshit. If they don't understand, the Democrats of today were not the Democrats of yesteryear. And if they don't understand that every single Klan member, white nationalist, militia group in this country, all are Republican right now, that should tell them exactly who is who today. I'm not going to go back to, that's like me saying that Germans today are the same Germans of 1930s. Things change.
Yeah. Well, I'm certain that the MAGA Saturday I would disagree with you. Straight Talk Commerce says, of course, he thinks he is a victim. So the suggestion is that you are somehow, some way, a perpetual victim. What say you?
Listen, I can say it 1,000 times, and I know a bunch of the, I hate to say it like this, but some of the white people don't ever want to hear that a black man is successful. I'm not playing the victim. I am talking about the greater good of the country. I'm not saying that somehow, racism or white nationalism has stopped me. It has slowed me down in life, but I have overcome it. But I do understand that there are people without the resources that I had, without the family structure that I had, they don't have the same ability as I do. They don't have the same options to go into the same schools I ended up going to.
Well, then you got to give Trump credit then, because he made it so that HBCUs had money, so you could have went to one of them.
Wait, say that again? I didn't hear you.
I said, then if you're talking about everybody don't have the ability and resources to go to certain schools, then you got to give Trump credit because he helped fund some HBCUs that often comes up. And that gave a lot of blacks opportunity to get educated in ways that they may not have before him.
You're making it sound like this was a one-off. Every president has directed funding towards HBCUs.
Okay, right.
It's just something we do. We don't give Trump any more or less credit because all he did was make sure that the HBCUs didn't have to come back annually to lobby and petition for funding. But the problem with what he did was it stagnated it and it left the levels at the same every year.
Well, but the next politician could add on to him. But if he made it so that they didn't have to come back and lobby every year and he made it so it was automatic, then that means Trump did one better because it does cost money, time, and effort to do that lobbying. So he's made it so you don't have to do this anymore. I'll make sure that every year you guys just get the money automatically. Is that not a really big, courageous win for President Trump?
No, that's some bullshit. Because if you're gonna say that, then we gotta say that Joe Biden has did more for black people than anybody in the history of the presidency, because he allocated billions for HBCUs, where Trump allocated hundreds of millions. So let's stop right now and give Joe Biden his roses, his flowers.
Well, yeah, but Biden also destroyed the economy, some might argue, and that hurt the black community.
He did what?
That didn't come out right. Okay, we'll just say it like this. You're pointing out that what Biden did may have bested what Trump did during his first term. Okay, so what Trump did was phenomenal, and then Biden comes along, does even better. Now we've put Trump in power again. He has about a little bit less than 3 more years. Perhaps he will do an even greater job than Biden. Can you give him a chance?
Look, he doesn't need a chance. He can do whatever he wants. He's got control of all 3 branches. He can allocate whatever funding. He's taking money from everywhere and sending it to wherever he wants. If he wanted to do something fantastic for HBCUs, he would. But the problem we have is that right now he's going through and removing Black history from our higher institutions of learning. He's stripping public view of anything that has to do with our history of slavery and oppression. So I don't see how him allocating my tax dollar, which that's what he's doing. He's not giving his own money away.
Yeah.
He's allocating our tax dollars to do what it should be doing in the first place. I'm not giving him credit for that. I'm taking credit from him trying to remove things that has to do with the history of this country.
Well, when you talk about him removing things, once again, Straight Talk Commerce responds by saying they're just simply removing history that was made up, fabricated history that may not be based in reality. What say you?
All of that stuff is documented history. Him removing a picture of the slave that was representative with all of the welts on his back.
Yeah,
it's a world-known picture. He removed that from our national parks because he said it made America look bad. Like, America made itself look bad. Not a picture of a black man being abused didn't make us look bad.
Yeah, and I agree. I mean, what actually happened, if the truth makes you look bad, then you are bad. But what about the notion that we're trying to come together as a nation? Thank you, James Harper. I appreciate that. What about the notion that we're trying to come together as a nation and flooding the zone with all of these horrible images of what the sins we committed generations ago could actually divide us up? So it's not that we want to erase history. We just don't want to flood the zone with images and stories that are going to just divide us up. What say you?
Well, I would ask that same person, does he feel the exact same way about all of these monuments, these Confederates who fought a war to keep me in bondage and in slavery? Ask him, does he feel the same way about flooding the zone and having me drive downtown in the city square, having a damn a statue of a guy on a horse, you know, who rode troops into war to fight to make sure me particularly, remained a slave? Ask him if that's the case.
Well, we can't remove that. That's history, then, Cal. You can't remove history. That's good history.
And the thing is, that guy doesn't even see the irony of what you just said.
That's history. We can't remove that. That means something. Now you're talking about good history. These are good old boys you're talking about removing.
Yeah, their history, not our history.
Well, you know they make history into 2 words. If you put a divider in the middle of it, it becomes 2 words. So yeah.
And story.
Yes, I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that at all. But here's something. Did you hear that the job numbers came out today? Trump is not doing bad.
Do you believe any numbers that came out after he fired the people who brought in do you believe that Donald J. Trump would allow people to publish stuff that he did not agree with? I don't trust. Do you know that the Gallup, the company, the poll company Gallup, they have stopped doing presidential favorability polls?
Why? Because they're in. What are you saying? You're saying that they favor Trump, and the polls suck so much they don't want to release the information.
If I know Trump, he'd have made a personal call because all of his polls have been the lowest throughout presidential history.
Wow.
In the last year. So tell me why the company that's originally responsible for doing polling on presidential likability is now saying, we don't even do that no more.
Wow. Well, that's one way to stop bad information from getting out. Just stop covering.
He got control of them people who do the finances, who do the economic poll.
So what are you suggesting, that we may actually be doing significantly worse than we're being told?
I'm saying that we are not doing any better today than we were a year ago. And I'm telling you, and I'm telling you that the people on here acting like Julio talking about, yeah, we just gotta wait. We're saying that same shit 12 months ago. They were saying if we give them about a year or so to see how it works. Give them look. It's only been 90 days. We can't expect him to really stop a war in 90 days. Now a year and something later, guess what they're saying?
So then, if we're not doing any better, and I guess the pushback would be the fact that the price of fuel at the pump has went down. But I do want to say, if we're not doing any better, why do you believe that there are so many folks, predominantly identifying as MAGA, that would suggest President Trump is one of the greatest we've ever had, doing a fantastic job?
They drank the Kool-Aid. I don't know what else to tell them. If these people go out to the grocery store every day or however often they go, if they paying their mortgage or they rent, if they paying their electric bill, for them to tell me to my face, look, they blamed me or said that I was saying the same thing under Biden when I was saying, hey, the economy is not that bad. Nobody ever said it was great. But we was like, shit, this economy ain't that bad. They were telling us it was the worst economy ever.
Yeah.
Now this economy is doing worse than that economy. They telling us now this is the greatest economy ever.
Well, I don't believe that MAGA sees it as doing worse than it. I believe, according to MAGA, the price of groceries have went down, maybe only a little bit, but the price of groceries under Trump are cheaper than under Biden. I believe they believe that most of the parameters that judge an economy are better now than they were towards the end of Biden. That's what I believe most MAGA would tell you.
But then they don't understand how inflation works, because inflation goes on top of what already was. So if the inflation was 9% under Biden and it's steadily gone down, that whatever 4% or 3%, whatever it is now, that goes on top of what it was. Inflation doesn't go down. You could just slow the cost of inflation. So if you're saying that back then it was a horrible economy, but everything costs proportionately more now, and then they're saying this is a great economy, they don't understand. Well, I'm not going to say that they don't understand. They probably understand, but they have a loyalty to Trump to say whatever he says, because they pay their utilities just like we do.
A loyalty.
And their shit went down.
A loyalty to Trump. Then, Cal, I got to move it on. I don't like the loyalty thing. That does not sound good by any stretch of the imagination. A loyalty to the president, even if you're doing bad, loyalty makes it so you can't tell the truth. I don't favor that. That doesn't sound good. But then, Cal.
You just heard Julio. And every time you put him in a corner, he said, well, you know what? But, you know, that's my guy. That's my my guy, and I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Every time you caught him in a lie or something, he just said, well, we're just going to be a country that's going to be stronger and tell people we don't give a fuck. You showed him, well, yeah, that's not really us. Then he said, but.
He's a fan of the president. What can I say? I got to move it on, then, Cal. Appreciate you coming through. Good to see you on Instagram. Thanks for coming through, man.
Yep.
All right. Moving on with the program, by the way. I'm still learning how some of this Instagram shit works. Then, Cal, go ahead and drop if you can. Otherwise, I'm trying to figure it out over here, and I don't know how to do it yet. There we go. Anyway, I love your background. Handsome says roadkill. Hell of a name. Thank you for that. I'm assuming you mean the jet, the play sign from YouTube, the digital. I'm assuming that you're talking about the Gaston flag. I mean, that's what you're probably talking about, right? You're not talking about the big hat, right? Tap the screen, get the likes on. Wow, some lazy. We got hundreds of people. I should be at least at 50,000. I'm going to ask you guys to tap the screen, get the likes up to 30,000. We'll take the next caller at that. A lot of lazy thumbs in here. Help your boy out with the TikTok cap, go, had mustache, all of that good shit. Helps the program out. Show the program some love. Happen to be watching on YouTube. Smash that like button. Talk about how embarrassing the DOJ looked today, says for the great. Depends on who you ask. If you talk to MAGA, Pam Bondi was a soldier. She didn't let the Democrats interrupt her, dictate the narrative. She pushed back. So it depends on who you ask. My guess is MAGA are very happy with the performance of Pam Bondi today. Thank you for the hat there. Who said that? Now, see, Straight Talk said the DOJ killed it today. Miss Bo Better. Yeah! DJ Julio with the hat and mustache. Thank you, folks, waking up there. Tap the screen, get the likes up to 30. Dr. John Hennick Clark was a master teacher of African history. Okay, I don't know what that's coming up for now. MAGA is dead, says Miami Push. The Super Bowl halftime show reminded us all what we love about America. Listen, I can agree with the second half of that. I don't agree with the first half of that. I don't believe that MAGA by any means is, as you say, dead. In fact, I don't believe that MAGA is going to go anywhere even once Trump is gone. I believe MAGA is a movement and it's here to stay. Similar to the Tea Party, it may have periods of hibernation, so to speak, but I don't believe MAGA is dead. I don't believe MAGA is going anywhere. I think there will always be a time when folks pull out the red hat and stand on the same issues that President Trump stood on. Be 20, 30 years in the future. That is a symbol that a certain segment of the population will always view as favorable. Like the Confederate flag. The Confederate movement didn't go anywhere. Sometimes it is dormant, but there are plenty of times when that flag comes back out again. My guess is this hat will be with folks who fly that flag. They stand for the same values, same principles, same ideas. So that flag, you may see, because if you go to a lot of conservative gatherings, the further to the right, the more likely you are to see Confederate flags. The hat will be there. The hat will be there. So I don't believe the hat is going. Now, it may go from the wording to just MAGA, MAGA, but yeah, that hat's going to be there. A red hat with white lettering, MAGA is going to be around. Humans stop falling for these moronic terminologies other clowns try and put on you. It's all worthless stupidity, and we won't stand for it. Well, you obviously are not MAGA, because MAGA would disagree with you. Trump is an insult to patriotism. Damn, says Crytonic. I think that's what that says. Like, insult to patriotism. Wait till we get a Great Depression underneath Donald J. Trump. This black guy with come on. Wait a minute. This black guy with come on his YouTube channel tell everybody, well, I guess I made up the story. I've been making it up all these years. Huh? The grammar is awful on that, but we discuss what's going on there, Bobby Short. By the way, we don't block, ban, or censor. So understand that when your comments come in, even if they are critical of the host, we entertain your comments. This is uncensored programming. So if you favor that, follow the program if you're watching us on Short Stack, Instagram, TikTok, and of course, YouTube. Give us a sub. Going back to the box, we'll go to the one and only Gangsta Grandma. Good evening, Gangsta.
He's saying that you got it dripping from your mouth, your uncooked protein.
He's been listening to you. He's been listening to you too much.
Well, guess what? You got it dripping from your uncooked protein looking ass. You always be dripping. You always have to give that man grace. He don't give none of us damn grace.
By the way, By the way, for subscribers, we do now have a Gangsta Grandma icon in there. I don't know why I did it. Somebody recommended it to me from the right, by the way. But Gangsta Grandma is in there. Anyway, okay, first of all, there's no, whatever you're talking about, that's not true. The job numbers under Trump came out. They're favorable.
And it's horrible.
They're not horrible.
It's horrible.
They're
yes, it is. You know, we lost more jobs under this idiot than we never lost jobs under Biden. Never. We always had more jobs. Stop with the BS, okay? I'm so sick of you numbnuts, and I'm so sick of Uncle Ruckus. You guys are stupid. Okay. We had everything. We had money under Biden. Money.
Bullshit.
We had
the price.
Yes, we did. My shoe was cha-chinging.
Okay.
My shop did.
The price of eggs.
I went and bought me a Louis Vuitton and shit.
The price of eggs costs. The price of eggs costs more than the damn steak under Biden.
Why, you numbnut?
It happened under Biden. That's all I'm saying.
Why, you numbnut? Why is that? Why did we have to do that, numbnut? Because we had the bird flu, you numbnut. Oh, so to miss me, Uncle Ruckus, it's dripping really bad, and it probably smells like bleach. Because half the ass be drinking it.
Okay, real quick in the comments, someone, Damien or somebody said, I don't, Demon, you don't see the, we're on the Handsome Liberal. We're on the backup page. So if you go to the Handsome Liberal, minus the L, Liberal, that's our backup page. That's where we're at on TikTok. You said you didn't see it. Now, first of all, Trump created 130,000 jobs, Gangsta.
Oh, my God. You believe that? We're losing more than that, numbnut. See, that's why I'm telling you, get off your knees, get the cock out your fucking mouth and out your ass. Because he's effing you without the lube. You feel what I'm saying?
What are you talking
about?
And
then I'm going to tell you something. And let me tell you, I can't stand the black maggots. I cannot stand you. And I cannot stand the white tea people. My God, you guys are the most dumbest bunch of idiots in the United States. They voted for the rapist. They voted for, well, I'm going to be at his table. And none of their asses are going to be at their table. None of your asses.
Well,
you're poor and you're white trash.
They're not. Okay, Tim Scott, Byron Donalds, they're not at the table, but they certainly have acquired a lot of wealth due to Trump.
Yeah, and they got cock all up in their mouth, gagging like that. You know what I mean? And dripping. Oh, I'm a house ninja. I'm so proud to be a house ninja.
So what is Kamala Harris? Does she have Biden cock, as you say, in her mouth?
Biden Harris and Biden did more for our asses than any other president. He did everything. He gave billions to the black colleges. And you know what that fool did? You know what he did? He took it. I gotta be nice. But he took it back. And a black senator, I forgot her name, rest in peace. I think she passed away, but gave back in the bill because he took it out. So let's not go there about him doing anything for the black community. Because right now, in the black community, what is that called? The joblet, what is that called? When unemployment is higher under him right now in the black community than it ever was under Biden.
Well, under Trump, one of the things he did for this great nation, by way of Elon Musk and Doge, they got rid of a lot of waste, fraud, and abuse.
Elon Musk is in the file, sweetheart. So no, I don't care. See, you like that cock in your mouth. See, you'll never see a white man's cock in my fucking. You'll never see that in my mouth. You would never. You'll see a black man before you see a white man. And I'm not like you. I'm not in my hands. And he said, "Yes, master, you got me fucked." Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you right off the bat. You've brought out the ire of Mark. He says, "Get a job, ho, and not pimping."
But this hoe got more of a job than you'll ever get. I own dispensaries and I own my own restaurant. What the fuck do you got? Welfare.
Well, I don't know, but I don't know, but
I'm driving a 2025 Mercedes, and I own my own home. No man gave that to me, but my black ass did. My cha-ching does not talk back. So miss me with I don't got a job when half you mofos that are maggots depend on welfare, depend on Medicaid. Yeah, but
I don't know, but I don't know what you certainly brought him out because he responded by saying ghetto trash hoe. So he's not a fan of yours apparently. But
this ghetto trash hoe get more pussy and dick than he could ever get. And my shit. And when I go out in the sun, I don't burn, okay? And my coochie is nice looking compared to a white, what is that called? A saltine? So fuck me with that shit. And believe me, my inbox is stay popping. Okay?
Well, we did see Melania Trump naked. It doesn't look that bad, gangster.
Yeah, it was horrible. Why are you bringing that wallabies back up? That shit was nasty. I'm telling you, you motherfuckers will fucking suck. You motherfuckers will fucking suck. You got a fucking hole in the wall. If you fuck that, you'll fucking hole in the damn wall. And that's just nasty.
Melania Trump in that new pictorial, she doesn't look bad. She does not look bad.
A fucking roast beef on crack. It was so bad. When I go down on a woman, that coochie be looking fire, and its taste is good. I looked at that. I said, God forbid, I could never go down on a white woman. That will traumatize me. It traumatized me. Oh God, that traumatized me.
Well, Glee.
I'm not like you. I won't fuck a rock. I don't fuck on anything.
Well, rock. Glee man in the comments says somebody's auntie is off their meds again. So
I'm high as shit right now. I'm not on no damn meds. I'm on ganja. Pure excellence. Thank you.
Nothing wrong with that. Handsome Conservative says, Gangsta Grandma, here comes the bull dick Tim. I don't know what that means, but okay. I'll leave that at that. But I guess, and while I'm taking my share of Uncle Ruckus comments, and no spamming, by the way, folks. There is no Uncle Ruckus here. I'm having a discussion with the people.
You are Uncle Ruckus on God. What are you talking about, Willis? You be cocking, sucking, and oh my God, I give him credit for the border. The border is just the same, Negro. I mean, you guys are stupid. And then you had a mofo up here. What was his name? DJ Wallabies? I lost brain cells to even try to talk to that. I couldn't even talk to him because I would throw something at his crazy ass. He didn't even know what the hell he was talking about.
Let me ask you a simple question. If Trump does something good for America, is there anything wrong with giving him credit for it?
The only thing good that he'll do for America, go push up some damn daisies. Eat a couple more double cheeseburgers, take some more aspirin, and go croak.
Why would you say that? Why would you say that?
Because he's a racist piece of shit. And you know when you know that, you've seen all the racists come out when Bad Bunny came. Oh my God, he spoke Spanish. We didn't even even some of our black people. Sounded fucking pathetic. We don't understand him. Well, half you motherfuckers didn't even understand the Kendrick Lamar. And that was fucking English. You motherfuckers didn't even understand that shit.
Well,
he's not racist, you numbnut.
Sandy B in the comments says, how is he racist? Let me ask you something. What is so wrong about it? What is so wrong? What is so wrong about an American watching America's most televised sport asking, why not have a halftime show that's in a language I understand? How is that racist?
Because let me tell you something. This is 2026. If they want to know, they can flip on the caption. And let me tell you another thing. Spanish was here before the white T-man came and made us talk English. How about that?
I don't believe that's true. The Spanish. No, the reason Spanish is.
Are you stupid?
No.
Damn.
Hold on. The reason we have Spanish here is because the white man from Spain brought it. That's how you.
No.
Yeah.
Mexicans were talking it.
No.
Before.
No.
Oh my God.
No,
yes,
that's wrong.
Yes,
okay.
Jim.
Okay, give me a moment to explain. Just like in America, you had Native Americans here. You had natives down there. the English came and conquered us. The Spaniards conquered a lot of stuff south of us. The English brought English here. That's why the natives and all of them now speak English. The Spaniards took Spanish down south of the border. That's why all those countries speak Spanish.
Let me tell you something. But anyways, the end of the damn day is half the population knows and we're bilingual. Like me, I'm bilingual. Okay? A lot of us is bilingual. And if you couldn't understand Bad Bunny and you didn't see what he was saying, then you're some kind of special idiot. On God.
But how is it racist to ask for an English-speaking halftime show? How?
It is racist.
How?
It's racist. It's racist. Listen, it's racist. That's why you mofo. That's why you have cock up your ass and everything else. Yes, master. You believe anything. You believe anything what the white man tells you. You go get the whip. Go get the whip because you like it like that. You want to be at that white man's table so bad. Like that. Yes, man.
This ain't got nothing to do with that. Asking for
yes, it is, because it's racist. With all, and you know what made me sick of it all was black people. My own damn people was going against the Latinos because, oh my God, they didn't bring black people in it. What the fuck are you talking about, Willis's? You know what? They had black people dancing. You know what they was? Afro-Latinas. Afro-Latinos. We do have black in our asses. You feel me? And it was our time to shine. Oh, but no. Kendrick Lamar didn't do nothing, right? Get the fuck. I went off on all their asses. See, the white people always think I go after the white people. No, I go after the ratty raccoonies. I go after your ugly ass. And I go after anybody that goes, because they ain't pro-black. They ain't shit. The uneducated morons. How about that?
Yeah, you got one of my guests doesn't like your comment, says fucking crackhead. What about the simple? Okay,
I'm not your mama, bitch. I'm not your mama, bitch, though. But hey, go ahead. Your mama laid down and had you, and guess what? Your daddy, it could be your uncle, your pappy, or whatever. You interbred mofo. That's why your brains are so messed up.
What about watching? What about just simply watching the All-American halftime show with Kid Rock? At least it's in English.
Why don't you guys go mind your damn business? If you don't like it, go turn it to something else. Or go turn it to the Grapist, what they was watching, because, you know, Kid Rock, he was all for having such underage kids, right?
They did.
Right?
You said, if you don't like it, turn to something else. They took your advice, and when they took your, they took your advice.
136 million. Bad Bunny killed it. Bad Bunny killed it.
But what I said is they took your advice, they went and watched something else, and when they took your advice and did that, you're calling them a damn racist. You're telling them to go watch something else.
You know what it is? The hatred for brown people in this country is sickening. It is sickening. It is totally sickening. And you see the hate coming from... I was like floored. I was like, why is black people even hating on this shit? When you know the white man is doing it to us. You feel what I'm saying?
How?
But oh no. Ratty raccoonies.
I don't see how it's racist.
White supremacy. The black people that was talking mad shit is doing white supremacy. That is white supremacy talking point.
So
about Spanish and stuff. God forbid your young kid might know how to say a damn Spanish word. There's kids dancing. Didn't know.
Let me ask you a simple question.
Talking about, but they was dancing. You could have easily took what he was saying. And you know what he was saying? Was these Americas. Everybody was welcome in Americas. We had no borders. United States is a part of Americas. You feel what I'm saying?
Let me ask you. Hold on.
Canada,
Let
Mexico.
me ask you a simple question. If I decided not to watch a show that I don't understand and watch the All-American show, does that alone make me a racist?
What do you think, Willis?
I'm asking.
Why would you watch a pedo?
I can understand this guy.
Why would
Well, wait a minute. You do realize that the lyrics to what Bad Bunny was saying weren't on the up and up as well. Some of those lyrics were adult lyrics.
If they understood him, He wasn't talking about sex or anything like that. He was talking about uniting and everything else and that love. Love is greater than the hate. He was talking like that. He wasn't talking about coochies and dinglings and I want to F this, unlike Kid Rock.
But I'm asking you, if I simply turned off Bad Bunny and watched the halftime show that I could actually understand.
You know what? You might get educated if you listen to Bad Bunny.
You're not answering my. You're avoiding the question.
I'm not avoiding nothing that you say, Uncle Ruckus.
Well, let me ask you.
You don't make no sense half the damn time.
If I watched the halftime show that was spoken in my native language and I could understand it, does that make me racist?
If you was putting down Bad Bunny, yeah, you're a racist. You are a racist.
So everybody that watched the All-American halftime show with Kid Rock are racist.
They're racist. They're racist.
That's crazy.
God forbid, you watch somebody that spoke a different language. Oh my God.
Maybe they just favored the actual artist.
Maybe they should get educated before they start talking. Okay, they might learn a few vowels, or they might learn some education. Because half the motherfuckers are dumb as hell.
They're
just got a lot of dummies,
like
a bag of dum-dums. Oh God,
Gangsta grandma. People just trying to watch a football game. They're not trying to learn a new language.
You know what? Maybe they shut the hell up. Okay, maybe like black people last year. We had what? Kendrick Lamar. He was talking about bullshit too, right? Nobody was complaining about that. Then when it came to Latinos getting their shit in, here comes the black people. There was no black people, there was. And then they was like, we didn't understand it. To get your head out your ass and then go look what he's saying. He said about electricity and everything else. Do you know that Puerto Rico was known for the sugarcane? He did that.
Let me ask the audience, yes or no in the comments, how many of you folks agree with Gangsta Grandma that simply watching the All-American halftime show designates you as a racist? Yes or no? Do you believe that everybody that watched the All-American halftime show is a racist? Yeah, I think that's crazy. You might have favored those artists more than Bad Bunny.
You're stupid. You're just like them, Uncle Ruckus. Man, get a house ninja on God. You're an undercover house ninja on God. On God, you are. I couldn't fuck with you on God. I would be going to jail for domestics.
So, I absolutely, even if I'm a fan of one of the guys performing in the All-American show, and I don't even know who Bad Bunny is.
If you're a fan of colonizers, and you're a fan of a PT3DO, God help you. Then you are right along with them. You need to be under the fucking damn jail.
Wait a minute. If I like one of the artists that sang on the All-American show, and I don't know who Bad Bunny is, I gotta sit here and watch. Wait, hold on. I gotta sit here and watch the guy I don't know.
There's not a black person singing for them. Only white guys and a white woman. Why? Why was they all white? Why was they all white? Huh? White and pedos. Huh? Huh, ninja? How? How is that? White and pedos. What is that? Oh, God forbid you got a brown person up there speaking Spanish and trying to unite people and say, you know what, we're all Americans and we're all American and we love each other and come together. Oh, no. They wanted to bring the hate. They want to bring the Triple K back. They want to hit us. Well, you know what I mean? They want to do some fuck shit to us.
What about Goons 901 says actually whites are the real minority also.
That's why do you know why they're making a big thing and they want to kick everybody the hell out? Because the white women is going in the BBC and making mixed kids and they don't like they white, pink, ugly looking dinglings. I wouldn't blame their asses. When I seen one, I was like, oh God. You feel me? White dingling is not cute. Not cute at all. It ain't sexy. Shit, I have a strap on. I shit. Hell to the fuck.
Well, wouldn't the strap also look like one?
Hell, they got chocolate ones. They got brown ones. I don't fuck with the pink one. You feel me? Because that would traumatize me. You know, Tim, I've never been with a white man. Never.
Why not?
And I would be traumatized. I I would be in the mental hospital fucking with that shit. I seen one girl, honey. Oh no, I seen it on porn one time. I was like, I got disgusted. Like I almost threw up in my own mouth. I was like, oh God, why? I see why the white women want to come to our side, because at least our shit got some color in it. You know what I mean?
Oh, but you said pink.
And red was thick.
Pink is a color.
A yeah, pencil dick ones. You know what I mean? Like, oh God, no, I'm good. I like my colors, my color ones. You know what I mean?
All right.
Chocolate all day.
Gangsta Grandma, I gotta move on. You are a riot as usual. Real quick, go ahead.
Do not stop fluffing bad, because I promise you, I'll come back. I ghost that, and I'll choke you the fuck out on God.
I don't want to be choked. Don't choke the host. Thank you, Gangsta Grandma, for you coming through. Appreciate it. By the way, folks, tap the screen. She sounds mentally retarded, says Hayden Fox. Yikes. Real quick in the comments, why you running? Because I got other callers. I mean, look, I got folks who may be hardcore MAGA online. Don't you want to hear from some MAGA? I know you guys love MAGA, right? Some of you folks want to hear MAGA really lay it down. I know my liberals love some MAGA. Give it time. Even though Latino Mexican people are putting videos that say, don't worry, white people, we didn't understand what we were saying either, because that wasn't Spanish, that was mumbling. So you're saying that after Bad Bunny's performance, some of the Hispanic community is saying we didn't understand what he was saying as well. Okay. All right, look. I'm assuming there's some people who said Kid Rock was lip syncing. They said the Kid Rock didn't sound good either. I mean, everybody's going to judge a concert performance in their own special way. Nobody's going to judge them. Everybody's not going to judge any concert performance positively. Real quick, to get off your knees, stop spamming. I don't like to block, ban, or censor anybody. Damn it! I try to avoid doing that. I leave the comments open. I don't mind the criticisms. One of the viewers is saying, get off your knees, Tim. Get him, Gangsta Grandma. I get it, but you typed that about 1,000 times at this point. So I'm going to leave it open for you, but I'm asking kindly to not spam. Might as well have been Ashley Simpson. What do you mean by that, Sherbert? Let me go back to the box, tap the screen, get us on. We should have been way up there. Get us up to 55,000. Y'all can make that happen. We'll take the next caller. Tap the screen, get the likes on up. Get us up to 55,000. Until then, I'll entertain you with the one and only Straight Talk Commerce. Straight Talk, good evening.
How did I know? What did I do to you? What did I do to you that I got to follow that trash?
Wait a minute. Why she got to be trash? She has an opinion like you do.
Hold on. No. That is the most vile, racist human being I have ever heard in my entire life. And I grew up in Cut and Shoot, Texas. I thought that there were some people in Texas that could really be racist. I need to introduce her to them.
Damn. So you see my last...
Holy shit.
Listen, she's passionate in her opinion.
No. As a matter of fact, I just asked my wife to take the chocolate ice cream out of my freezer and take it back and substitute it for another flavor. I mean, if you wonder why there are racists in this country, it's because of her. It's her.
Okay.
She is the entire problem.
That was really good.
I refuse.
Oh my
God!
God!
Refuse to even allow chocolate ice cream in my house anymore.
Okay, you wrong for that. You are absolutely wrong. So her commentary has made it so you will no longer eat chocolate ice cream.
Not gonna do it. I told Tracy she's at Target right now returning it.
Okay.
I don't know if they'll even take it back. I'll throw it away.
All right.
Hey, let me ask you. Let me ask you a question real quick.
Go ahead.
Okay. And I have not watched a football game in 30 years. I did not watch this Super Bowl. Have not watched one. I am fascinated that someone would think that they have the right to tell you which halftime show, whether it's the Victoria's Secret Bowl, whether it's the Puppy Bowl, whether it's the halftime show. Everyone knows why the NFL did this. Everybody knows. So why in the world?
Wait. Let me ask